Element's great to help you replenish your electrolytes out on the trail. I've used it a lot over the last few years. But I started asking myself another question. What exactly am I paying for? And can I make something myself for way cheaper that suits me and works for me as a backpacker and a trail runner? When I'm out on the trail, I sweat a lot sometimes. I'm out hiking at high altitudes and then also out trail running pretty often during the weeks. Taking in electrolytes is not optional for me. They're just a part of staying functional. I don't like being locked into high-priced single-use packets, and their flavors are limited, and then you have to pay a subscription in order to just stay hydrated. So instead of trying to replace LMNT with another brand or an off-brand type thing, I decided I would see if I could make it myself. One of the really cool things about LMNT is they actually tell you on their website what the ingredients are. And they've nailed it down to 3 basic things: high sodium, enough potassium, and no sugar. And that part really matters, especially if you're high active and eating at a lot of low carbs. So I didn't have to start this process by reinventing the wheel. I just used the philosophy that they gave me and built on it. This here is a jar of what I've put together of just the base mix. It doesn't have any flavors in it, and it has no sugars or sweeteners. This is just electrolytes. In this jar, I've got Redmond sea salt for sodium, cream of tartar for potassium, and magnesium glycinate and malate, I believe is how it's pronounced, for absorption. So when I get ready to utilize this, I just take 1 scoop of this per bottle of 16 to 20 ounces of water. And that's it. This jar lives in my kitchen typically because I drink this every day. You don't need to break it down into self-servings. You just need to make sure that you've mixed it well and that you've got the right ingredients and the right mixture. When I get ready to go out on trips for backpacking, I then just take the mixture and I just take a little snack size Ziploc bag and I put in however many days worth I feel like I need into this Ziploc bag and then just put that in with my gear. It's as simple as that. The key difference right now with me mixing it up like this is that I'm not committing to any one particular flavor because I like to try different flavors right now. Now, when I go backpacking and I do put it in the bag, I do mix the flavors in and I will commit to a flavor when I'm going out. But when I'm at home, I like trying a bunch of different flavors. And so you'll see here on the table that I've got all kinds of different things that I can mix with it. So if I want it to be a little bit more acidic, I've got an acetic acid powder here. If I want it to be a little more berry, I've got some goji powder here. I'm also working on, I've tried before and I really liked some blueberry powder before too, but I don't have any right now. I need to get some more. My local natural grocers didn't have any at there. But then also too, if I want to add in a little bit more vitamin C, I use some of the Camu powder. For that. You know, you can also use rose hips powder. I've used that before in the past as well. And then if for whatever reason, I'm really kind of feeling like I need a little bit of sweetness to it, which I try not to do a whole lot. But if you're somebody who likes a little bit more sweetness, then I would just suggest finding an all-natural sweetener, something like monk fruit. Here, you can just take a dash of this and add in whenever you're making your mixtures. But I just kind of got all kinds of different flavor mixtures that I can do. And I can make all kinds of combinations utilizing what I have here. And every bit of what I've bought here, I found at one of my natural grocers, you know, here close to the house. I'm sure you could also order some of this stuff online, but it's just so easy for me when I go in grocery shopping. If I need one of these things, then I can easily go in and pick it up. Flavor for me is personal. You know, some days I want tart. Some days I want it a little more berry flavored. And some days I just want some salty water. So doing it this way and having the base mixture separate allows me to dial it up or dial it back however I want throughout the days and depending on how I feel. Now let's talk about price because this is where it gets crazy. If I buy enough ingredients and I scale my ingredients out to be about 400 servings per batch, LMNT would cost me about $600 if I bought it online. My mix here cost me around 60 bucks. And I still have, even after I've mixed this up, I still have some leftovers of some of the other things like my sea salt and some of my magnesium that I still have left, that if I buy some more cream of tartar, I will have some of those left over that I can use for my next batch. So that's 1/10 of the price, and I'm not locked into any kind of subscription plan. Don't get me wrong, LMNT is great. I love their product, but doing it this way just gives me some freedom to not have to be locked into having to pay for shipping or branding of another company, or even being locked into their flavors that they have. I mean, the sky's the limit. I mean, if I decide that I don't like one of these, then I can take off and go and buy some other stuff to try some different flavors as well. There's all kinds of things that you can try. You know, whether you're taking and you're putting lemon juice or something in there one day, or maybe lime juice, or maybe you want to go and get, you know, some other berry powders that you can put in there. You know, there's just so many different things that you can do this way. So if you backpack, trail run, or work out a lot, and you want to have control over what's in your bottle, then this method might be for you. Now, I will throw in here real quick that I am not a doctor. So please do your own research on the amounts that you need to put together, and start small. Work your way up. Everybody sweats differently, and everybody needs to take in a different amount when it comes to some kind of electrolyte mix. So it's different for everybody. So don't just replicate mine without doing a little bit of your own research. So for me, this wasn't just about saving money. It was a little bit more about knowing what's in the bottle and being able to control what I'm utilizing and what I want to have when I'm out on the trail. If you want the recipe of what I've done here, I'll put it down in the description below. But as I mentioned before, do your research as well. And if you've got a flavor combo that you really like, put that in the description below as well, because I'm always trying to do new flavors and new things that I'm being able to take out on the trail with me. So anything that you guys have and what you've done on your own, please share. I hope this was helpful for you guys. I hope this helps you get out, enjoy what you're doing, enjoy a good drink in order to replenish yourself when you're out on the trail, so that keeps you out on the trail longer and lets you get out further to some of the most beautiful places out in the world. And hopefully, I'll see you guys out on the trail.